Beloved Group Project by Nader, Namini, Dean Curry, Juan Gonzalez, and yours truly, Cole Grant. An analysis on Denver. First, we have Denver's birth. Quote, "A foot rose from the riverbed and kicked the bottom of the boat." Page 99. Setha was pregnant and was also running away from Sweet Home. After Setha collapsed, she was lucky enough to be found by Amy Denver, a white girl, who cared for her wounds and helped her escape to Ohio. As Setha and Amy were about to cross the Ohio River, Setha goes into labor. Amy delivers Setha's baby on a boat on the river. Once the baby is born, Amy wants Setha's daughter to know who had put her into this world, so Setha names her Denver after Miss Amy Denver. Next, Denver is almost killed. Quote, "Setha traded the living baby for the dead one." Page 179. Schoolteacher had come back to collect both Setha and her children to enslave them. Setha didn't want her children to go through what she did as a slave, so she attempts to murder them. Setha beat Howard and Bugler and slit the throat of Denver's older sister. Denver would have been next, but Stampede managed to stop Setha on time. The next event, Denver grows up alone. Quote, "I can't no more. I can't no more." Can't what? What can't you? I can't live here. I don't know where to go or what to do, but I can't live here. Nobody speaks to us, nobody comes by. Boys don't like me, girls don't either. Page 17. All of her life, Denver has been isolated from the world beyond 124, affecting both her psychological and emotional state. She feels lonely and scared because everyone avoids her and her mother tried to murder her. People fear Denver and her family due to her disturbing past. Next, Denver attends school at Lady Jones's. Quote, "So she had almost a whole year of the company of her peers and along with them learned to spell and count. It was Nelson Lord who asked her the question about her mother that put chalk, the little eye, and all the rest of those afternoons held out of reach forever. She never went back." Pages 120 to 121. Denver had been going to Lady Jones's school for a year when Nelson Lord asked her about her mother's history with jail. Denver asked Setha about it and went deaf the second before she heard the answer. Her deafness was alleviated by the sound of her sister's ghost climbing the stairs. It was the first time the baby had manifested itself. After that, the ghost became spiteful, angry, and abusive. Fifth, Denver takes care of Beloved. Quote, "Upstairs Beloved was dancing. A little two-step, make a new step, slide, and strut on down." Denver sat on the bed smiling and providing the music. She had never seen Beloved this happy. She had seen her pouty lips open wide with the pleasure of sugar or some piece of news Denver gave her. Page 87. Denver is delighted at the sight of her previously absent sister happy again. Denver feels as though there is finally another person in her life besides her mother. After a life of isolation, Denver was willing to do whatever it took to maintain another person in her life. Denver sees Beloved choke Setha. Quote, "I fixed it, didn't I? Didn't I fix her neck? After you choked her neck. I kissed her neck. I didn't choke it. The circle of iron choked it." Page 119. Denver was worried when Setha was strangled in the clearing. She was certain that baby Suggs had nothing to do with it, that it was Beloved. This accusation on Denver's part shows how disturbed she had been to accuse Beloved of doing something so vile. Denver's relationship with Beloved has begun to evolve because she is starting to understand Beloved's feelings towards Setha. Denver begs Lady Jones for a job. Quote, "How's your family, honey?" Denver stopped in the middle of a swallow. There was no way to tell her how her family was, so she said what was at the top of her mind. "I want work, Miss Lady." "Work?" "Yes, ma'am. I can't do anything, but I would learn it for you if you have a little extra food. My ma'am, she doesn't feel too good." "Oh, baby," said Miss Jones. "Oh, baby." Page 292. Denver wants to find work so she may take care of her family. That is their most apparent transition into the adult role at 124. Denver sees Paul D in town. Quote, "Paul D licked his lips. Well, if you want my opinion." "I don't," she said. "I have my own." "You grown," he said. "Yes, sir." She left him because a young man was running towards her saying, "Hey, Miss Denver, wait up." Pages 314 to 315. Denver speaks with Paul D for the last time and shows just how much she has grown into her own person. This is the last we know of Denver, and she leaves the scene to move forward towards her future. In-depth analysis. In the novel Beloved, Denver is shown to be a dynamic character, maturing in spades at most every obstacle presented to her. The novel begins with a shy, confused, and frustrated Denver, who we see grow as she goes to school, interacts with others, questions her mother, cares for Beloved, and ultimately becomes the adult figure of the house. She grows up alone after her two brothers leave 124. She's angry and tired of loneliness and projects it onto Paul D. When Beloved shows up, she starts taking care of the family. She goes to Lady Jones to continue her education and finds work in the city. The last time we see Denver, she is walking away with the boy in the city. This symbolizes her discovery of a sense of self and finally mustering the courage to move on from her past. That concludes our analysis on Denver.